All systems go. Cleared for takeoff.
What's going on, everybody? We're back talking some best ball, doing another live draft on drafters.com. If you do not have an account, I don't know what you're doing. There's going to be overlay in this $20 contest. There's a $3 contest, $30K up top in that, $300K up top in the $20. No better site to draft on. Total points, very fun. We'll be doing a live draft right here, but use that promo code SHIPIT. They will match 100% up to $100. Bringing my guy in, Big Marley. You are in this draft, so you are waiting. I unfortunately got an email earlier today saying that I did max out, and I didn't know because I don't do fast drafts really. So I was just 10 at a time, a couple of days, and I thought I was good saving a couple. That's what I was trying to do for this show, but too late now. I have maxed this. It's very fun, though. So I'm going to rip an Underdog one on the side. Still going to be looking through the screen, looking at Marley, looking at all the other teams that joined. But how are we doing today, Marley?
I'm good. Go hop in his Underdog draft, make it a little tougher on him. Yeah, but I'm ready to draft. I updated rankings today, so I'm going to draft off those today and see how they are. I actually did one draft like an hour or two ago just to make sure that I could make this draft my number 90, my lucky number 90. Last year, Title won with his 90th draft. This is going to be my 90th.
Let's go.
Maybe it'll be the winner.
I love that. Absolutely love that. No better number than 90. I got to check out my 90th team in drafters. I'm not sure what it is. Don't see anybody in chat yet.
Yeah, let me tell. I didn't even tag Discord yet. Let me do that.
Cool. Yeah, and refresh, see how many people we're waiting on. It's probably not 9 anymore, but appreciate that like button. Appreciate that subscribe button as always. If you're watching live, watching on playback. We do have the Blast Off bundle, 3-2-1, expires in 6 months. That takes you all the way through the NFL season. Comes out to about $53 a month. Projections, ownership, proprietary tools, core plays, core reports, showdown content, some other sneak peeks, some things will be coming out closer to NFL season as well. So much content we have over here at ShipItNation.com. NBA will be going on during this time. NHL will be going on. MMA, PGA. Can't beat this deal. Best ball content. And if you do sign up, get in the Discord. How many people are we waiting on, Marley?
Looks like we need 7 more. So if you're in here, come hop in the draft with us. Are you going to do this 251 they just rolled out?
Yeah, so in the email they're wanting me to do it. So I took a look at it, 7 entry. I'll probably hop in. I'll actually go right now and see how many are in for the
7. I was thinking if there was like 10 in there, me and you.
Yeah, I definitely would have done it then.
I'm not positive I'm going to do it or not, actually, but I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not double your money even for min payouts. First place is definitely juicy, pretty big fall off. Like 7th place, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of, there's so many options on all these sites. High state, you can get as much action as you want now in best ball.
Yeah, I think I'd max this $20 one before I think about entering.
For sure. Cool. What's going on? What's going on, boys? Jumped in a little earlier, going after multi-table. Hey, nothing wrong with a little multi-table. Been there, done that plenty of times. So that's for sure.
Yeah, I saw the last one fill up quick. I was like, all right, there's about 6 people in there. We got 4 minutes left. I should be able to make it in here. And then right when it turned 2 o'clock, it just started filling up all the way. Missed it.
First time watch. Whaler, I recognize the name, so you're probably talking about the best ball show. What's going on? Hop in this drafters draft if you don't have an account, Whaler. Right here, promo code SHIPIT, 100% match up to $100. If you just go to the website alone, only 50%. Get a little 50 extra dollars if you deposit 100. Good to see you, Whaler. How many left still?
Still looking at 5. This is usually refreshes live, the little bar under it. That'll show you how many people are in it. But let's see if it
learn something new every day. I don't do
right?
fast draft, so I guess
I just figured that out like a week ago. But yeah, that is only for the fast drafts, that little bar. So if you're doing the slow drafts, it'd be meaningless. Yeah, if you're in here, come hop in the draft. I'm looking forward to it. My last couple have been pretty good drafts. I don't think I've had one that I hate since the show that Liam was on. The one where I was really trying to do good with 2 champs drafting with me, and I screwed it up big time. But since then, I feel like I've redeemed myself.
Keep talking about that show. You really hated your team.
I hated that team so much. Like, if I could just give that $20 away right now, who wants that equity? I'll give it to you for $5.
Yeah, it's tough. There's definitely plenty of teams I leave with. It's like, man, I wish I did this instead of this, or this piece fell to me a little bit. How the game goes, you got to get lucky throughout. It can look great on paper, and one injury goes, or I mean, we're guessing at the end of the day. Some roles still aren't clear.
Yeah, we got JT has permission to ask for a trade, to look for trades anyways, and then we have JSN just hurt his wrist, so I'm not even sure how I want to attack that JSN one. Are you bumping him down much in your rankings?
I bumped him down a little bit. Like, I had him above Lockett. Now I have Lockett above him. There's a lot of coin flip guys, like Godwin's in that range. Jordan Addison, kind of. Like, there's so many pick-ins. Like, there's so many good guys in that range. A little difference maker of, he might not play week 1 for sure. He's coming in a little more banged up. Was enough for me to push a couple of those guys over. But, I mean, if he's going to fall, I'll definitely scoop him up.
Yeah, I think so. I had Lockett like 1 spot ahead of him before that. So I've been getting more Lockett, less Jason anyway. So I think I only bumped him down maybe 5 spots, something like that. Maybe 3 to 5 spots, I think, because I think now is the time I want to start getting more JSN. If he's going to start falling, I do want to get a little bit more of a JSN bag, just because I like that whole Seahawks offense. I got some DK. I got a lot of Lockett, got a ton of Walker, but I'm a little scared about my JSN exposure. I could bump that up a little bit with this falling ADP and I'll feel better. Yeah,
for sure. I was taking some of them. Like, I'd have to go look. I pretty much don't have any of mine memorized, but I was probably in the 8%. Like, if he falls a little bit, I'll take him. But like now, like I have more JSN than Lockett. I was taking him over there. So now I'll definitely, if it's Lockett and JSN, I'm definitely going Lockett. Nick, what's going on, man? Just listen in. Love to hear that, Nick. Just signed up. How do you get in if it's still open? So you see how Big Marley's. Go ahead. Let them know.
Yeah, just click on the $20 one, and then you'll have this as a green button. You can just join Fast Draft. That's where I'm at.
JSN's my highest owned player. Yeah. I mean, you can't predict injuries. It sucks. You see your highest owned player. You see him go down for a little bit, but it could be worse for sure. Could even still play week 1. Maybe misses week 1. Yeah. I'm not.
I'm not worried about it too much. I would imagine I start getting him a lot now on my new rankings, only bumping him down 5 spots because he was going around 58. I got him at 68 in the draft I did earlier. So if he's going to be sliding down to the 70s, I really have interest there.
Yes, sir.
Dang, I don't think anyone else. I guess we're up to 6 or 7 now.
So long as I think it's longer than 6. Oh gosh.
Yeah, I should have just hopped in that last one. I didn't know if I want to hop in that and then not have anybody drafting with us. It's a tough decision, but having people in here drafting with us, I think that's always fun for people.
Do we just rip an Underdog one?
Up to you, man. I guess that would be all on you. I'm in Indiana, so when I pull up Underdog on my laptop, it tells me that there is no service for Indiana on a computer. So I have to do all my Underdog drafts on my phone, which is kind of a pain in the ass, but that's been my gym go-to site. If I'm on the treadmill, it's usually on Underdog. And then when I'm just hanging out with the kids, I like to rip a draft just to make time go a little bit quicker, before bedtime.
Definitely. So, Junk to do, super worried, not going to lie, wrist injury with receiver, plus he missed all last year with the hammy. Hope he's not claiming that injury-prone title. Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad it's a wrist injury this year instead of hamstring. If it was flipped and wrist injury was last year and his hamstring coming in this year, I would definitely be a lot lower on him. But wrist can heal. I've been watching since high school. Best player in Texas history. It says a lot. Texas football, man.
Hammies are the scary ones, but just because they re-aggravate it in the first or second week when they come back. They try to come back a little bit too early because they don't want to miss time. Then they screwed up again. That's what happened with Keenan Allen last year, and I had a big Keenan Allen bag that I was burned with. But I'm going back to it this year. Hopefully he can stay healthy. You just got to kind of put those injuries in the past. He is getting older, but injuries are going to happen, man. I happens to the guys that you're not heavily exposed to. But I got bit with that Tim Patrick one, a month ago, and I still have like 16% symptoms. I'm trying to get that under 10 by the time this shit gets started.
I mean, my Kareem Hunt and Fournette are looking just like your Tim Patrick bag. I have a little hope at least, but
I feel that
every day.
We're getting to it. Looks like we got 10 now.
2 more.
Good. I'm ready to draft. I'm excited, man. I can't wait for the season, dude. We got all this news coming in, man. I'm drafting every single day, and now I'm just thinking about Sundays, just building my lineups, getting ready to watch all the games. Best time of the year. Go sign up, SHIPITNation.com. No better time. We got that 3-2-1 bundle. It's all sports included in one. This is the cheapest it'll be. Saves you, I believe, a little over $14 once we raise the price to $69. So now's the time. You get it all for one price.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing better than Free Money Sunday. Waking up, hopping on a show, talking a little NFL, building some teams, and you go watch all the games, eat some good food. I mean, football for hours on end. There's nothing better. Prize pools are as big as they get. MMA Saturdays right before, leading into football Sundays this time of year. 2.5 weeks.
Okay, 12. Man, I was posting in Discord, it was probably over the weekend. I did maybe 6 drafts on a Saturday or a Sunday, and every single one was the 11th pick. I was like, is this some sort of sick joke? What's going on right now? So I have a lot of experience with this turn here lately. But since I was bitching in Discord, it's changed up, and I've had a lot of 4th and 5th today in the last couple of days.
There you go. Let's see. I just joined the Underdog one. I got the number 12. Nice and easy for the stream. Nice and easy on the show.
We can just go for the same draft, see if we can get the same guys.
The 4-hour draft was fire too, or the 4-hour DFS. Oh yeah, the 4-hour DFS course. Because I
still got to watch that.
I'll talk about that first. Hoop, when you do sign up for that Blast Off bundle, good call there. Hoop and Tambo break down everything you need to know, talking NFL coming into the year. You should always have a plan in DFS. Is your plan to win $1 million? If so, you have to be okay losing plenty of money. Just know that. But if you're just here for entertainment, you got a big bankroll, whatever it may be, you want to try and hit that milli, listen to Hoop. He did hit a milli. He can talk everything about it. You want to go. A lot of people love live finals, or they just want to chase that. Again, not a good bankroll thing. But if you have a big bag, it's for entertainment. You're fine losing that money. Tambo's been to multiple live finals. You can obviously be profitable, but it's very hard. It pays out usually one person in that whole thing. If you want cash games, they talk little on cash games, but we have cash over here at SHIPIT Nation. GPPs, that's what most people do. So definitely look at that course. They talk about all the ins and outs of all of those contests. What I thought you were referring to at first was the 8-hour clock for slow drafts and why I am maxed today. Finally, I got all mine in Underdog except 2 for this show and next. All my drafters just registered all my DraftKings ones because that 8-hour clock goes down to 4 hours pretty soon. I don't know the exact time, but because they need to fill all the contests before Thursday Night Football starts going to 4 hours, and I don't know if it goes down to 2 or if it's just 4 the whole time, but yeah, I hate that time of year, so I got all mine in now, and I'm just hoping it's next week or something when most of mine are rounding out.
Yeah, I've only got puppies going for Underdog slow drafts, and then I got these 2 slow drafts on drafters. Actually, this one was just so I could get 90 on this draft.
You're in what? You're in that other one, I think. Is that one you're in with me?
Oh, is that the one we're in together?
Yeah, you should check it out.
I feel like that was a long time ago.
I think I saw you in another one. Maybe not.
It might have just ended. Yeah, I don't see you in. Oh, this is the one that just started. This is probably right here then. Yeah, there you are.
Yeah.
114 there. That was my 27th.
Let's check our teams when you have time.
Hammering these out.
You have 5 right now.
Allen, Bryce Young. Ooh.
Allen,
I was thinking today, man. Damn, you had that Allen fall to the Diggs.
Oh, that was me. Yeah. I thought that was your squad. Yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
Damn. I was thinking today, like, man, I might start taking Allen in the second round when I have Diggs just to get more of that combo. But if I could, I only had it fall to me, I think, once in all
Check
the
out your
drafts that I've
squad
done so far.
real
Who I
quick
got?
because you got to go. Yeah, St. Brown with Goff, Lamar, Bateman. Oh, yeah.
Took Gabe Davis from you. Yeah, I like my team too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's
Two.
cool to check those out. I thought I remember seeing you in one of mine, and if that was your only one. Stopped in for the like, let's ship it, go collect you the man. I think it might go to 2 that
Nice.
last week. Yeah, I think you're right, Sports. It might go to 2 that last week. That's why I want to avoid that at all costs, man. No, thank you. Goes on to 1 hour at one point. Oh, yeah.
1 hour. Yeah, I can't
I'm
do
nervous. I might. Mine probably will get to that point a little bit though, but.
it. Ooh, got the turn. I actually like. I'm just
You know,
rankings.
You said you wanted to copy me. You can.
What did you go with these two?
I want St. Brown Devontae.
Oh, okay. Nah, I love these two. I'm actually just gonna go off rankings for the most of this draft, just to see what I need to tweak really. But I think I'm liking these rankings a good amount. I know I have like Stafford probably 20 spots above ADP, so I need to like bump him down so people aren't getting him in every single draft. But I do like him quite a bit, especially with the falling ADP. But it's usually because I like to, if I can get a Cup, which I'm ranking him at third, so I can get him at third, fourth, or fifth, and sometimes he falls past that. I just like pairing him up with Stafford when it comes around. I'm also cool with Higbee, Van Jefferson. I like their rookie in one of the last rounds as well. I don't even know his name.
Poku or something like that.
Poku, yeah.
Something like that.
I've been getting him a lot lately.
Yeah, Tutu Atwell's back there. Cam Akers, a solid running back in the mid rounds. You can go a lot of ways for sure. Thoughts on the Eliminator over on Underdog? Yeah, it's really interesting. The clear takeaway is bye weeks you really got to be cognizant of. Like you can't, like I wouldn't probably even go anyone like 3 bye weeks or more. 3 would be the max. You obviously need quarterbacks and tight ends not to have the same bye week. Maybe more. It has to feel pretty much 3 tight ends to me because tight ends are so fragile unless you are going Kelsey, which even Kelsey can maybe go 3 tight ends, but you can't be putting up a 1 or a 2 in any of those weeks. Marley, not sure if you're familiar with the new Eliminator, but
yeah, I just looked at it quickly. And I it's similar to the 250 on drafters where I just don't think I'm even going to get into it until I get BBM4 filled. I was thinking maybe I'll do just one team just to have that sweat. But I don't know. I haven't looked into it heavily enough yet, and I haven't even thought about a strategy. So we'll see. I'll just wing it, I guess. Maybe if I'm bored and I don't want to use a BBM spot.
Yeah, so I'd say my main takeaway is try and get as many different bye weeks as possible. Don't stack them. Probably leave most drafts with 3 tight ends, 3 quarterbacks. People that aren't familiar with it, the difference is each week you advance or you get knocked out. And as MJ, good point here. I also stayed away from week 13 because the advance that week is 15 to 31, and there's some big teams with a bye week of 13. Yeah, I noticed 7 and 13 are the toughest bye weeks for me, but good point there. I didn't even look that in depth with it because, as Marley was saying, like I'm maxing all 3 of these sites, and I just loaded up my last couple, so I got like 40 on each site going. I don't need to be adding any more drafts. Once I'm all done with these, I'll jump in some of the higher stakes one once in a while if I'm bored and stuff, but I did those like $3 one. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm ready for the season. I'm good to quit drafting. It's been a grind. Baseball, pre-draft, the big board. I'm ready to take a little break. I probably won't do any basketball, or maybe I catch a second win. We'll see.
Being a slow draft guy, you're just doing it at all times throughout the day, so you probably
never
get
ends.
quick. I'm just like, damn, I feel like drafting right now. Let me hop in one for 40 minutes, 50 minutes, and I just do other stuff while I draft. So sometimes that'll burn me. I'll like miss a pick because I'm too focused on whatever else it is that I'm doing. But for the most part, I feel like my drafts are just as good as they would be if I'm sitting at a desk.
No, I like it.
All right, coming up here.
Never started running back yet. Okay, coolin'.
Have not. This is the first one, and I like getting those two together. I don't think I have a Robinson Pollard unless I did it the other day. I was thinking about it the other day. I don't know if I ended up doing it or if I was just like, maybe I should try and get one of those pairings. But I like it. More at 33. All right. Let's make this easy. I'll just go off rankings. I like my 4 wide receiver starts. We'll see if one of my guys fall to me, my running backs fall to me there. So that's ideal for my favorite. You're on mute, but those are my favorite builds. If I can get like Walker and Madison to somehow fall to 60 and 61, those are my favorite teams that I've built so far when I have 4 solid wide receivers that I feel good about before that.
Yeah, I have plenty of 4 wide receiver starts. You can play all 4 of them. It's the most upside position nowadays, no doubt about that. Obviously quarterback, but
are you team dark mode? How many of you psychopaths draft like
I'm
this?
definitely dark mode.
Yeah.
Definitely. I was like, wow. I'm dark mode on Underdog too.
Yeah, I'm dark mode on everything.
Yeah. Discord, you name it.
Yeah. Team dark mode for life. See what Coolin's gonna do here. I would imagine he takes Fields, right?
I would think that's why he went the DJ Moore that early.
Timeout. Uh-oh.
Christian Watson. Packer fan, I know Coolin is. Christian Watson action. Packers are getting some love as of late with all this preseason. I'm not buying it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a lot of Packers.
Me neither. Like, I wish I had more Musgrave right now. Musgrave.
Same. I missed out on that. I've been getting them, like, if I have one tight end lately as my second. Like, if I have a Mark Andrews, I like him as my second. But it's hard to, like.
Problem is he's like 172 ADP on Underdog right now. He was in the 200s. Like, you're buying him so many rounds past right now.
Yeah, he was on our my rankings early August. He was like 212, something like that, and now I bumped him up to like 170, into 170s probably. So it's like, damn, that many spots do I really even want to click on him? If he's going to be that good, these guys who are getting him at 212 probably have better teams. But at that point, maybe he's their third tight end, and it hurts them a little bit more. I don't know. Just kind of, hope to get lucky, build a nice roster. Hope that it goes your way.
No, I hear you. Like, I've still bought some of the Waller, like, move up. There's definitely been a lot of teams or a lot of players getting steam, falling. Stevenson's been falling a lot. I've definitely gone both ways. I bought some of the Stevenson dip. I've got some of the Waller skyrocket, but I don't know. I don't like Musgrave. It's really hard for me to go. When he was 215 ADP, now he's 175. He's someone that I know I'm not going to leave with much of, and
true.
I hope he doesn't have a good year.
True.
Even as
that Green Bay guy as well. They're tight end, similar position. I really just don't have enough of him. He's a big riser. That
was what I'm talking about. Musgrave. Yeah, you were talking Ferguson.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. So there's I was talking the Dallas
Musgrave,
guy,
the Packer guy. Ferguson was actually he's from the Badgers. He's a Wisconsin kid, but
Ferguson. Yeah, that's right. I just don't really have either of them, and they've both been rising kind of the same.
I've bought more the Ferguson than I have Musgrave, but yeah, no, they're in similar boats.
Interesting. And then I saw Chris Baggs was in my draft earlier. It was like his second drafters draft, and we probably went like 7 or 8 rounds. And I was like, maybe he's streaming it. And sure enough, he was streaming his drafters draft. So I saw my other draft is on YouTube. If you want to go back and see what that one ended up looking like, I went Hurts in the early third round, because I looked the other day and I have 3 Hurts lineups, and that's a little scary.
Oh gosh,
on drafters, that is.
Yeah. He might bury
I'm
you.
not getting AJ Brown and I'm not getting Smith. I'm just not taking them usually. And then even then, I was hoping I would get Goddard to fall to me. Goddard was taken real early in that draft, so my stack was Swift, and I got like Quez Watkins in the final round. Like, I don't feel good about that stack, but last year you won with Hurts and Miles Sanders. So I was kind of thinking maybe if Swift is this year's Miles Sanders, then I'm live. I'm not worried as much
Hurts
about.
Hurts can do enough on the ground. He can do enough on the ground in a total points format.
Yeah, so I just need to up my Hurts exposure a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I got a good bit of Hurts. I have him ranked above Mahomes, above Allen. He's the guy for me. I'm running it back.
Relation freak that if I miss out on those two, I don't like the stack with anybody else other than Goddard. But you're right, man. If anyone's going to do it on their legs, it's him, especially with that little play from the one where they push him in every single time.
Yeah, exactly.
It works like a charm.
And the draft capital, like when you think about it for Devontae and like there's so many guys in that range. Even if Smith and Brown have good years, just say they eat into each other a bit or something. Like you're telling me Garrett Wilson can't do it, or Olave or Ridley or Keenan, like all those guys wouldn't be shocked at all if they outscored them, even on a solid year for them. You just can't always make it work with. I mean, it's hard to go Brown, Smith, Hurts. You need to reach on Hurts, and then you need to.
I'm actually
really
working on that.
On Devontae's coming back.
The one that I just joined, I had the third pick. Hopefully, no one is listening. That's in this draft.
You want AJ Brown?
AJ Brown.
We talked about that in the Discord.
And then Hurts there. So I doubted it'll work. I've tried this once before. It didn't work. I got Brown. I got Smith, and then Hurts was taken. I was like, damn it. So I'm going to go for it again. Hopefully, I can get Brown, Smith, Hurts to start this draft, and it'll just feel good having one of those on drafters.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way you can. I mean, if you had one of those teams, you had to draft a couple months ago or something. But yeah, that's the way to do it. Reach for AJ at 3, which feels really gross doing, but if you get all 3.
Right. Yeah, I feel like that's the only way, because I've never seen Hurts fall.
No, he's not falling
at the end
that
of
far.
The third. Yeah.
No.
That's what I've been. I have taken a Hurts. No, I mean a Brown and a Smith one time, but he didn't even make it close to coming back to me. So I figured if I'm gonna get this, it's gonna have to be AJ Brown in the 3 spot or the 4 spot, something like that. So hopefully it'll happen, and then I won't have to keep trying at it.
Yeah. Because it's nothing worse when they're not there and it's like, gosh, I just went.
Yeah, I don't love having Brown and Smith together without Hurts. They need to be like the Super Bowl team. Hurts needs to get a lot in the air. I like Hurts with one of them because, like you said, he's going to get a lot done with his legs. You don't really need him stacked with multiple people.
I was thinking chunk the deuce. So Marley, are you going to go Smith Hurts or Hurts Smith?
I'm going to go Smith Hurts because if I take so I just think that Hurts has a higher likelihood of coming back in the third, basically, because I do see Hurts fall to like the first 5 picks in the third round sometimes, but I don't know that I've seen Smith fall that far.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So that's my game plan. And I really didn't even want to click on that. I was like, you know what? Since this is a slow draft, I'll try it on this one. But I'm not doing that in any fast drafts because I just don't feel good enough clicking Brown in that 3 spot. I would rather have a Cup or a Hill or even a CMC. I'm team wide receiver, but I would still rather have CMC and Eckler over Brown. So you're losing that value taking him early. But if the stack falls, I feel like it's worth it.
No, I hear you. I agree.
And it's just that 3 Hurts lineups, man. That's a little rough. I was going through my exposures. I was like, where the hell is Hurts? I was like, oh my God, he's all the way down here at the bottom. It's like, that's not good. Not a good feeling. Because I've been getting a lot of Allen when I'm finding myself in like the first 5 picks and I'm trying to get one of those quarterbacks. Allen's always the one that falls. And I'm such a big Gabe Davis fan that I'll reach for him in the 50 range if I need to, just to stack him up. I also like Kincaid. So Allen has been the one that I've been clicking on a lot. And I just feel like last year we had to hurt Allen for half the year. And he's kind of being drafted as if he was a hurt Allen this year, I feel like. So I think he should be going a little bit higher than he is. He's right there with Mahomes and Hurts, in my opinion. And now it's getting to a point where he's right there with Jackson on ADP almost, where I think Jackson shouldn't be that close to Josh Allen.
Yeah, it's still a couple pick different, but I hear you. I like Lamar a lot, but I also like Allen. What's going on, Nick? What'd you say? Stop for a bit. When you guys say so-and-so has XYZ ADP, what does that mean? Just curious things. So ADP is average draft position. If you're looking on the screen right now, you see far right, like Lawrence is 68. Akers 73, Pittman 75. So that's just where they're drafted on average for all the drafts that are going on. So that's typical. Like if you're a newbie of all newbies, if you just were put on this earth, you just heard of basketball or you just heard of fantasy football and you had to tell them one thing, you'd probably tell them draft on ADP because that's what most people go by. So rankings, you input your own thought process, your own rankings into it, which is why Marley's doesn't go exactly by ADP, but stands for average draft position and generally is pretty sharp.
Yeah, I've done like 600 drafts already, so I just know the players I like. I got these rankings based on how I would want the draft to go if I end up having to auto draft for whatever reason. So far, it's been going pretty good for me. So if you do want some rankings, head over to SHIPITNation.com. We have drafters and underdog rankings, and you get that included with your NFL and NBA and MLB and MMA subscription. So no better time. 3-2-1 bundle. Go sign up.
Yep, no better time. All sports. One price, 3-2-1 comes up to $53 a month through September 11th. If you are a current member, you can upgrade too. If you are on the monthly's $59 a month, but it's going to $69 a month, $599 a year, which is still the best deal. Comes out to about $49. If you want that, we'll go up to $699 September 11th, which is Monday Night Football of Week 1. Can't come soon enough. 2.5 weeks, man. 2 weeks and a day. So Thursday Night Football, a lot of money to be made, that's for sure.
Hell yeah, cannot wait. Tambo just posted all the live finals in our Discord. Get me excited about chasing those. Are you try and go for the qualifiers?
No, just in MMA, really. This year I might go. We're both on the clock at the same time, so I'll get back to you
okay, yeah,
in a second on that. I have a 2-6 build right now.
All right, I'm not loving this. I'm going to go Montgomery on mine because I have St. Brown. Maybe I can make something work with Detroit later. And then, Lawrence is at the top of my rankings. I would take him if I had any Jacksonville player, but if I don't have a player that a quarterback is on, I'm usually not taking that person, even though I think that there's value. I like Akers on my cup teams. Too bad he's not there, but I'll take Akers at 85. I like the value on that one.
I like it. So back to your question, you were talking. Sorry, I was so locked in. What were we even talking about?
What were we talking about? Live finals.
Yeah, live finals. Yeah, MMA. I'm in the final streets. Haven't really in too many other sports. This year, I'm thinking about it though, because like the King of the Beach or King of the Desert, like those are a lot less. Like I would never do the WFBC or whatever. The big one that's like worth 80,000. That's so hard to get into or costs a lot. So I'd go for one of the smaller ones, which kind of like Tambo does and stuff. And they have it for showdown and stuff. So this year I think I'm gonna be messing around a little, like the 20 entry max, all that stuff. Try and queue it that way. Maybe some during the main slate, but probably more in the queues or in the showdown streets. I'll probably try and get a little, but I don't fire that hard. I mean, I'm a nit at the end of the day. I always will be regardless.
Yeah, I just love live finals are just the best time that you can get. Really,
they are. They're so once you go to one, I mean, you create for sure. Like you can see how people lose so much money trying to get to those, and it really is a blast. It's just, man, if I look at my roto track or whatever, and I see what I sometimes can lose in queues, it's like, was it worth trying? They're just so hard. You take second, you get a bag of peanuts. First gets it all.
True. Yeah, I love the King of the Beach because it's like 5 entry max. They have like $5. I went to King of the Beach last year on a $5 entry. And that's how I met Tambo. I met Tambo a handful of years ago. Actually, no, Tambo took me to King of the Beach like 4 years ago, maybe something like that. And then we met Muck Lovin there. The next year, Mock Lovin had like 5 entries. He wasn't able to go, so he asked Tambo and I if we wanted to be his proxies. So we went the next year on Mock Lovin. And then last year, me and Tambo were both in it, so I saw Tambo again at King of the Beach there. But yeah, $5 entry gets you the party of a lifetime. And then I've also been to the big one, the FFWC for DraftKings, which is amazing. But I was there on basically the tiers live final. There was one back when it started. It was called Pick'em, and they looped in this little mini live final with the FFWC. So I was in a smaller final, but I still had all the other stuff. I was in the same hotel, the same party as all the people in the FFWC. So I still got to experience that, and it was awesome without having to risk however much you got to risk to get into those.
Yeah, no, I was a proxy for the NBA one. Shout out my guy Deepwater. But yeah, he took me. I was a proxy, so I didn't qualify. I was a fantasy basketball one. I mean, it's insane, like how they treat you, how much money's in play. Like when you do qualify, I mean, you are so live for $1 million most of the time. It really is dope. But I would do it like this year. Like I said, I'll probably be playing MMA. I'll play all of them. This year, I'll probably do, like you said, King of the Beach. It's so much smaller and easier to get in. King of the Desert this year, like Land is talking about, going to be at Waste Management. Fortunately, that's my backyard. I'm going regardless, so that doesn't excite me as much. I don't really get a vacation out of it, but still, I mean, I think they're definitely beatable. And like you said, $5, there's 5 entry max. It's a lot easier than the big WFBC or whatever. So yeah, I'll try a little harder this year. Let's see, I'm on the clock.
I'll definitely be going at the King of the Beach. And it's always nice to have a vacation that you're there working at the same time. You're there with a bunch of like-minded individuals, meeting these names that you've seen online, but you haven't talked to before. So it's always such a great time. If you can fire away these $5, get 5 entry max, do $5, throw away $25 each showdown, give yourself a chance at it. It's worth it. Yeah,
no. This year I'll be doing more for sure. Hopefully I do get one. Tambo's had great success, very profitable. I mean, Squirrel Patrol. I mean, he's coming off a second place, 600,000. I mean, that dude's made a living and a lot more on qualifiers. Like, it's not for everyone. You have to know the swings. You got to know how hard it is. I'm admit it's harder for me that's why I'm a cash player. But I've embraced it more and more as years gone on. Hope to get lucky.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I've definitely thrown away too much money years that I don't make it chasing it. It's just such a blast.
Absolutely. Probably gone by now, but Nick said stopped in. Oh, no, that's not Nick. Brock, probably gone now. Great stuff, guys. Stopped in. See y'all at 3. Love that, Brock. Hope you have a good day. Probably not listening, though, like I said. What are you, round 10? I feel like that one's going pretty slow. What round am I in right now? Round 12.
Oh, man. All right. Yeah, this one does feel like it's going slow. And I don't even know what I want to do here. Okay, I was kind of hoping somebody would take Cook there because I was going to have to if he fell. 108. I'm going to take Dak to pair up with CD Lamb. And then I'm going to take my highest owned tight end on drafters, Njoku. Although I don't like having Njoku with Cooper when I don't have Watson. I have a lot of Watson and 2 receivers. I don't love doing that, getting 2 receivers without the quarterback, especially with all these reports out of Browns camp that Watson's just not looking very good. This offense isn't flowing. So it's definitely a worry, but I think my favorite piece from the whole offense, at cost anyways, is Njoku.
I think I probably have the most Njoku too. In that, maybe Deshaun. Because of the rushing upside, like even if I leave unstacked Deshaun, it's not the worst, but like Elijah Moore's right in that range. The joke live somewhat for sure. People's later. Don't love hearing that report that they're not clicking. It's not really hard to see why though. I mean, just hand the ball to Nick Chubb and play action off of it is how I kind of approach that. Run some read options, get Watson in space. I mean, it's not rocket science, but I definitely don't like that hearing that for the pass catchers because that's what they're going to revert to is giving Chubb the ball 30 times if you can't get anything else going. So,
yeah, and I do not have big enough of a Chubb bag, so that would hurt me. Especially like on Underdog, he was going like the 3rd round when BBM opened. Now he's damn near going in the 1st round.
Yeah,
I was not getting any in the 3rd. I might have got some when he was going, late 2nd, but definitely not as much as I wish I did.
Yeah, no, I was taking this ADP. I mean, he was 22 a month and a half ago. Like I was drafting very little. Now I'm definitely not drafting much. Right. Mark Spee or something. He did something too cool, and I'm trying to look what he took. Zay Jones instead of Juju. He had Lawrence. So he wanted the Lawrence Zay Jones, and he took him instead of it's best ball, man.
Heard that. Yeah, I've got many of Keenan Allen and Mike Williams teams where Herbert gets sniped from me.
Yeah.
Not a great feeling, but at the same time, one of them should have a great year, if not both, and they might just, ping pong back and forth with who's on the starting team. Just an offense I love to target, really high paced. I'm a big Herbert believer. I think he's going to be a very good quarterback this year. Maybe he'll be in the top 4 or 5 discussion next year.
Well, yeah, I mean, huge Herbert guy over here as well.
Yeah, this guy's got to be taking up his full minute. And somebody else in here, because this is one of the slowest drafts I've done, I feel like. 40 minutes into the podcast where we just finished half the draft.
Yeah, to be fair, we did start a little later, but it does feel like also one of the slowest.
I got an oil change in an hour and 20 minutes, so
should be good for that. Should be good for that at least.
I'll be walking over to the gym when I drop off the car, and I'll be doing another draft on the treadmill. So you guys will see me in the lobbies here at about 4:10 Eastern.
Absolutely love that. I will not be in. If I'm in the lobbies, it's going to be for like the Eliminator, weekday winners, or whatever they call it. It'll be for niche stuff now, but I'm so ready. I have so many slow drafts going on. The second I finally am all caught up is the last thing I want to do is fire up another draft. I'm not going to lie.
I feel you, man. It's a pain doing those slow drafts. I don't know how you do it. Every time I'm doing it, I'm like, I'm not entering any more slow drafts. This is a pain, especially when I go into DraftKings and I see that I missed a pick and they gave me a third quarterback when I didn't need one, something like that. But that's where it always happens to me is DraftKings. I'm missing my picks on there. I'm good on drafters and I'm good on Underdog, but I think it's because I'm drafting on these sites all the time. So I'll see if I'm up. And on DraftKings, I'm not playing MLB, so I don't open the app much until I start building my MMA lineups. So it's been tough over on those DraftKings streets for me. Luckily, it's only $3 drafts that I'm doing slow drafts, but
it is tough for sure. That's where I've missed the most.
I saw someone in Discord posted promotions from DraftKings where if you do one Millie Maker best ball, they give you 3 for free. And I was like, oh, deal. But I didn't see that in mine. A couple other people said that they did. You just got to scroll farther. But I checked 4 times and I didn't see it on my promotions.
They must just be doing it certain people that they've seen like never get in the. They can track all that stuff, and they're gonna be handing them out like candy.
Yeah, they'll have to on DraftKings for me to do more over there. It's just my least favorite platform to draft on by far.
Yeah, it's my least favorite platform for sure. It's the hardest though. Because like if you put in rankings pre-draft, they don't update post-draft. Like when you're in the 11th round, a week and a half later, if Dalvin gets signed, you can't adjust Dalvin rankings. It doesn't show like what picks the closest to the clock. So you auto draft more. It feels like it's only 8 hours like overnight, and it's not. So Sam Darnold's the backup instead of Trey Lance, which not surprised about that one bit. But yeah, it's like I have auto pick the most on DraftKings stuff, but I think DraftKings is the softest.
Yeah,
out of all of that for that exact reason. It is the worst, but I do think I think it's the most cheating going on too. I don't know how much to keep up. You see teams.
Yeah, that's another reason I don't really want to enter the Millie Maker. I don't know how many of those they're going to be kicking out.
Yeah,
but I like the single entries, 3 entry maxes, stuff like that, where I don't have to put in 150 to have the same sort of edge as everybody else.
No, I agree. I took advantage. They had $200 ones or 150 or something. They had a 75, I think a little smaller. I took advantage of all those for sure.
Yeah, I like those. I wish Drafters and Underdog had more stuff like that, actually.
I agree. I mean, Drafters just needs to fill this $20, get as close as possible. They don't care about any other tournament.
Yeah, it's not even half full. So if you guys are listening and not playing on Drafters, get over there, chase that overlay.
Yep, use that promo code SHIPIT. Match you 100%, up to $100. Man, that draft is absolutely dragging along. Mine's still going on too. Only so many things to talk about. If we're a little monotone or something, that is the reason. But if you have any questions, talk on anything, MLB, anything, upcoming NBA season, NFL season.
Is Coolin the only name we have in here?
That's what it looks like. Anyone else in there, let us know.
Yeah. See what Coolin's working with here. Green Bay and Jacksonville. Oh, he didn't get anybody with that Jacksonville.
That's the Zay Jones.
Is it? There's nobody else really to get, huh? See, that's when I start. Like I love Lawrence at 88. I don't think you have to worry about it too much when you get somebody falling 20 picks. But that's when I start thinking back, like, man, if I went someone else there, I could have been looking at a New England stack or something like that.
So Whalers pick 11.
Oh, okay.
Chunk the deuce just sounded a little high. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, nothing wrong with that one bit. How many QBs do you try to get on a best ball roster? So usually 2 to 3. Depending, like if you take one of the studs early, a Jalen Hurts, usually most teams you leave with 2. Mm-hmm. If you start a little later, just say like Marley's team's right in the middle right now. He has Dak and Goff. Like, do you plan on taking a third quarterback on that team?
I would say so. For me, I look at my team. I have a possible Pickens that I can get, but I won't get a third if I don't have any correlation. So if I get another, like if I got Tank Dell later in the draft, I have a lot of Tank Dell. I might think about getting CJ Stroud. But if I don't have somebody that a quarterback matches up with, I'm fine leaving with just these 2. But my rule is if I get one of the top 3 quarterbacks, I'm only getting 2 in that draft, no matter what. I don't really, even if it's a same bye week, I usually will just end with 2 quarterbacks. But I try and look at the bye weeks and not do that. But if I'm getting anyone Jackson or after, I'm fine with 2. If I'm getting Goff or someone Goff, I guess Carr would be about as far. Carr, Stafford, Pickett. That's about the farthest I'd want to go, having that as my second quarterback on the team and leaving with just 2. But if I'm not getting one of those top 3, I'm fine leaving 3 quarterbacks, especially on drafters when you get those extra 2 rounds to work with. On Underdog, I have been a lot of 2 quarterbacks only.
I like it. I'm on the clock right now, so hold on. Focusing on Underdog.
And yeah, this is my 90th draft on drafters. I think I finished my 124th BBM4 last night. So I've done more drafts over there, but I've also done, a shit ton of puppies and Pomeranians and whatever these other dogs are. I've just done so many contests over there.
Yeah, no, I agree. So many. The $3 rake-free ones come out July 4th. I'm like, all right, I'll throw all of that. The big board pre-draft. Love Tank. Murray time. Someone was talking about Tank before people were even drafting Tank. Maybe that was you, Murray time, a couple weeks back. You are welcome, Kobe.
Let's take
Does it say yeah, you're on the clock. And then look up at if pick 11 does say Whaler or if it has a random name.
I said Fuzzhead.
Oh, Fuzzhead is his actual name. All right, that makes more sense.
They picked that for him?
No, he came up with that, but it's Whaler in here, Fuzzhead there. Like we somehow were expected to know that Whaler was Fuzzhead in the 11th spot is what I was getting out of it. It was you. Good call.
His
nickname. Good call, Murray.
Fuzzhead, you got a buzz like me? I should. How long do you have to spend on your hair, man? That's why I hate having hair. Anytime I had hair, I spend like 10 minutes in the morning. I'm like, I hate this. I just got to shave this stuff off.
Mine takes like literally put shampoo in, get out of the shower. I always do it at the gym and let it go. Like it takes me 0 time. Throw a hat on. If I need to brush it, like 0.
I haven't had hair since I quit my day job, but I just remember having to get ready in the morning for a day job at a time I didn't want to be up anyways, dressing up in clothes I didn't want to be wearing. I was like, this is just one more thing I don't want to worry about. So I've been a buzz like my whole life. I've had hair here and there, but
I wish I was like, I just have never, I've always been like this my whole life. So like going from this to ball or whatever, it's so dramatic to anyone I see for a minute. So I'm like, why Like, I mean, I like my long hair, but if I always had a buzz, I would never grow it out because it takes no work. So, like, I'm like, oh, it's getting long again. Like, I need a haircut. So I like your side more. I'll keep it like, I want a mullet. I think I'm going to get a mullet soon.
I also just don't like my hair, which is another reason. But if I had good hair, I probably would grow it out or try to, but never been a fan. So I'm fuzzhead.
We got Lando. What's your favorite Week 17 correlation game? Mine is Dallas, Detroit. That and then Miami, Baltimore. Definitely my favorites. You taking Reynolds to pair with Goff? Big Marley from Murray Time.
I have taken them. I've even taken them on Underdog and with 18 rounds to work with if I have Goff. But it's more so if I miss out on Lamb and Williams and these running backs, I probably only have like 2 or 3 Reynolds builds. And those would only be on Goff lineups.
Yeah, I agree. My hair is down in the middle of my back. I currently live in Texas where it's currently 105. So, yeah, I'm in Arizona, Chunk the Deuce. I love it, though. I was out there in Texas, a little more humidity. Yeah, Clippers. Dad just gave me a nickname. He's a thin, looks like a fuzz. Like that Whaler. You guys plan on doing any basketball content in season, like reviews of bigger contests or teams doing well? Not 100% sure. Probably. I think we'll probably be having something. Still one show a week. It'll definitely be a lot shorter. Maybe it'll be that. Maybe like Big Marley or I or something will talk like MMA props. I know Big Marley said he was getting into a little bit on drafters. So we'll keep you updated on our plan on that. But yeah, something of those sorts for sure. We'll have so many NFL shows we'll be having pretty much every single day. Something will drop out, whether it's kind of like a quick hit video, quarterback, running backs, receivers, cash show, review show on Monday. Tambo will be doing Sunday show, of course, Saturday stuff recorded that will drop. So much content. Do you think DK does anything with the cheaters? Murray Time's asking. Sure, hope so. Yeah,
I would think they have to, because if one of those teams that we've seen on Twitter ends up winning the $1 million, like there's going to be hell to pay for them.
There's my thoughts as well. So I'm on the clock over here.
I'm coming up. Let's see. Construction. I don't really need any positions on this team, which I always like when it turns out that way. But I see some people I'm fine getting.
I'm an interesting 3-5-7-3 on Underdog right now, and we'll close it. I'm closed.
Close out with running backs.
Well, I would at 18 rounds. I forgot you're playing with 20. I got 18. I wanted 2 more running backs. Yeah, but my guess your cheating question. Yeah, my guess is they're gonna have to. I mean, there's no way. People are definitely going to complain. There'll be too much publicity if something like that happens. So Underdog does very good with it. Drafters, I haven't really seen it as much. Hopefully they do.
I am going to end up with a 3rd quarterback because I took Van Jefferson last round. I also have Akers that I took earlier. So Stafford just makes a ton of sense there for me. And then I'm going to go with, I actually have more Chandler on drafters than I do Madison now, but I'm just going to go with them both. I don't have any lineups with Madison and Chandler until now. I'm glad I got one, because those are like my 2 of my highest drafted running backs. Why not get them both? If they're going to be the 2 guys on Minnesota, I'm sure they'll go and sign a Hunt or a Fournette, something to screw me over. But if these are the 2 guys, I feel like they should both be going higher than they're going.
Please Hunt. Please Fournette. Please get on the squad.
I feel like I want one of them to go to the Bengals, to be honest with you. Like Fournette go to the Bengals. Hunt, I want to go to Indiana, especially if we get rid of JT.
What do you think that whole situation? You're the Colts guy.
I've actually heard some stuff that it's really sounding like he's not going to be here. Like they don't even like him in the locker room. Like get this guy out of here.
That was kind of my guess. I mean, you can't be. I saw videos on how he was walking around on the field, like pretending to be that hurt. Like the dude was milking he was really milking it. Like if I'm a player, I'd probably.
But I also like it less for the Colts. I feel like the Colts are just going to be a really bad team this year without him relying on a rookie quarterback who hasn't even played that many games in his life So I think it's just going to be a tough year for the Colts. I've kind of been taking less Richardson as well, unless I end up with Pittman. If I get Pittman, I like pairing him up with Richardson because if Pittman's going to be good, I think that means that Richardson's probably good, and Richardson's going to get a lot with his legs. So he's another guy that I'm cool not stacking as well. But I'm kind of just cooling off on all Colts, just not really taking much anymore.
Yeah, I didn't really take much anyway, so I'm definitely in that same boat. I took a little Richardson as of late. Still has the upside. Pittman's, I have a little Pittman, but yeah, not very bullish on the Colts. It's cool and wanted Chandler, cool and getting sniped every which way.
My bad, cooling. Yeah, I probably have 26% Chandler on drafters right now.
I took him on my last round of Underdog, so I like it.
Oh, nice.
If he is RB2, I mean.
Yeah, if he's the RB2, it just doesn't make sense in my opinion where he's going. So I just get him like every time in the 180s, 190s, it seems like. Unless I have Madison. So that's my thing. I want Madison or Chandler, but I just don't have any with both of them. And usually I have like a James Cook or Damian Harris with the week 13 bye. So I wouldn't want Madison and Chandler paired with those guys and just have too many week 13. So this just kind of worked out perfectly where I'm fine with these guys on the same team. I also don't have any Minnesota receivers. So this team, I'm rooting for the running game for Minnesota. I have plenty of the passing game on other lineups.
Hey, it could definitely work like that. Touchdown variance. You never know. Man, I just want week 1 so bad. Looking at MLB teams right now, my draft's over. Yours is winding down. Max entered. Everything's winding down. Just get to the season. At least we get some college. I would say at least we get some college football. But with with the lock time of MMA and being up it starts at 2 a.m. over here, so it's going to be a grind.
Are you going to watch it?
Oh yeah, of course.
You staying up all night?
No, I'm going to probably go to bed at like 7.
Oh my god.
7:30. Wake up at 1:30. Alarm. Drive my boys.
Huh. I wouldn't even be able to do that. I haven't been able to fall asleep before midnight in years.
I do it all the time.
5, 6. I need some wide receivers.
You guys doing college football DFS this weekend? Any content that is? No, we don't do like content from us, but we have a lot of sharp members in the Discord. I know Connor in there. He's had pretty good success with college football. He's going to be dropping some content in general discussion. A couple other people have said they know college football as well. So general discussion. We did just put a tennis chat open. Bonus content. Pickett was doing such a good job in general discussion. So many people were following. We decided to open one up. It's not any, like, we don't charge a part of the content. Pickett does it for free. If he doesn't do it one day, he doesn't do it. But maybe if college football gets that big, general discussion blows up, we'll add one like the tennis chat. But no, nothing for us. Are we looking to hire? No, we're not. We won't be providing those niche sports really like that. If something comes up or someone on the team's an expert, but not really looking to hire right now. We always wanted a small team. Everything that you get the same faces most times on almost all the shows, all the content we need right now. But hey, you never know, man. You never know what pops up. I know Tam was having the college football streets. Wow, I didn't even know that. Learn something new every day.
Yeah, college football. I can't even play college football in Indiana. Don't know why.
Some states like that, yeah, it's tricky. It's the same day as MMA for me, and there's a lot of news in college football. So I'm like, yeah, no, thank you for that. There's definitely an edge, but it's an edge that I'm fine leaving on the table.
Yeah, if you guys just come for our best ball shows, we also do UFC podcasts every week, me and Tidal breaking down every card. So come check those out and win some money. We've been crushing it over at SHIPIT Nation in the MMA streets, mainly thanks to Hebrew Cheetah taking it down like 2 weeks in a row. And then he won a couple weeks before that too. So he's really been crushing it. Hoop is always up there at the top of leaderboards, but there's just a bunch of people who have been crushing it lately. So it's good to see.
Oh, yeah. Always fun in the MMA streets. Yeah, I'll be up. So I take it you will be asleep, Marley? Or are you just not going to go to sleep?
It's actually 5 o'clock here, and I'm still not waking up for that.
Yeah.
I'm going to set an alarm for like 4:50 to make sure that nothing's canceled. But I'm going right back to bed. I'll probably wake up for like the main card or late prelim, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't got kids. I don't got all that. My buddies, I got them into it. They're diehard too. So
that's cool.
we go. Yeah, I'm always over there. Some safety meetings, eating some good food, watching some fights. We'll be doing the same thing.
I like it.
It'll be a good time. College football, favorite sport, such an edge. It really is. You just gotta. It's dog shit. You get just the opposite. My favorite sport, such an edge, and then you get it's awful because of the injury news. Yeah, I mean that's why that's a big edge. Anytime news like that, late news, there's going to be an edge. It's going to be a grind. I grind enough in the NBA streets and all that. I'm good giving up college football. MMA Saturdays, free money football Sundays, sign me up. But respect to anyone in the college football streets grinding.
And I updated rankings earlier. I posted that they were updated, and then I did the draft afterwards, and I saw that Thornton was too high. So I immediately went back in, changed it within like 5 minutes of posting that in Discord. So if you downloaded them right away, then you'll have Thornton a little too high. But if you got in like 5 minutes after I posted that, then it's already updated. Thornton's much lower on my rankings now.
Good stuff. Love that.
Yeah, we might be setting a record for slowest draft on this one.
It has to be.
But I kind of like how my team has turned out. We'll check out who is it? Coolin. We got Fuzzhead. I think that's it, right?
Yeah, just those three.
Okay. But I like being at the turn for 12 on slow drafts. I don't have to wait for all these ones. I mean, on fast drafts, I don't have to wait for the rest of these. I just knock them all out. And usually if I'm like the first pick, I'm just putting my queue, like 10 people, 12 people in my queue, and I'm not even checking who I get. I'm just going to make it a surprise whenever I look. I just feel good about whatever I set as my queue, being my person, whoever it is, I'm cool with. So I'm usually not even around for these last rounds.
Yeah. You want to talk through your team right now and then what you're eyeing up for these last two picks?
Let me I'm coming up. I'm just going to hammer out whatever's in my queue. I'm taking 2 running backs. So I know that.
All right.
I would not take Jackson and Hole since I'm already doing the Madison and Chandler. I'm fine with Jackson and Hole if they're the only two that I'm stacking up on one team. But I'm hoping I can get one of these guys and then the Indiana or both of these guys. Deuce Vaughn, I don't really know what to think about these Cowboys guys, but he looked good on the field. He looked fast like a Darren Sproles. I feel like he could have a role on this team. So it worked out. I get him. And I don't even have a preference. I've kind of been going back and forth on Jackson and Hull. Do you have a preference there? You're probably not taking either one of them much.
I've taken very little Hull as of late, but no strong lean. I don't have much.
Yeah, I've kind of just been going back and forth. If I take Jackson, I try and take Hull, and the next one I have no preference. But I'm fine leaving with one of them, especially with this whole JT news, man. If we get rid of JT and we're not signing a Hunt or a Fournette,
we sign one of those two,
right? Or both of them. Shit, I don't care.
Both.
Just get them on the team. Yeah. All right, but my team, we got Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, and Matthew Stafford at quarterback. I have Dak paired up with CeeDee Lamb. I have Goff paired up with St. Brown and Montgomery. And then I paired up Stafford with Akers and Van Jefferson in this one. My running backs are Madison, David Montgomery, Cam Akers, Jamal Williams, Ty Chandler, Deuce Vaughn, and Evan Hull. At wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, St. Brown, both of them stacked. Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, who I have a ton of Jerry Jeudy. I feel like I get him all the time in drafters. Maybe like 60% of these videos we've done, I probably got Jeudy, I feel like. George Pickens, love George Pickens this year. Van Jefferson. Shakir, which I don't feel good about, but I like getting him on teams where I don't have Diggs or my guy Gabe Davis, because if one of those two guys goes down, I feel like Shakir steps into that 1 or 2 role. Well, it was the 2 role, and then if Diggs got hurt, Gabe would move up to the 1. And then Josh Palmer, I feel like he could be the Chargers' 3rd wide receiver this year, and he's going in the 200. So I like Palmer, but I like him on teams where I don't have a Keenan and I don't have a Mike Williams, which I have a lot of those too. So it's just a Chargers thing. If I'm not getting Keenan, I'm not getting Williams, then I'm interested in Quentin Johnson. And if I'm not getting him, then you'll see me getting Palmer a lot of the times. And then I got Njoku and Irv Smith. I would kind of prefer a 3rd tight end with that. And if I didn't get Stafford, I probably would have had a third tight end on this build. But at the same time, I'm cool with these guys at tight end, so it's not a regret leaving with just these two for me.
Yeah, solid. I probably would have won third tight end, but other than that, I like the squad. I'll touch on either one. Coolins or the other one. You pick one. You touch on the other. Let's do Fuzzhead. 3-5-8-4. Pretty interesting. Herbert, Kyler, Young. I would have been fine, especially, I mean, you took Kyler way above ADP, so I probably would have just left 2 there. 5 running backs. You took Zeke way above ADP too. I like the 5 running backs though, but you definitely – so like when we're saying reach above ADP, so it says 100 – oh, it's 162 for Zeke. I said 82, but you took him at 110, so that means you took 52 rounds ahead of where he's usually going. So you could have got him a couple rounds later, so there's no need to reach that much. Receivers, solid. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the receivers. You get like Kyler Murray.
You reached too much on Thomas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Thomas. I missed that one. And Thielen, 86.
Holy
so
shit.
pretty much for you, it was your first draft, but you got to go more with ADP.
And then I would also say,
yeah, go ahead.
On an Andrews build, I would not have 4 tight ends. Like having Ertz, Hurst, Fant, you definitely would be fine having a 4 tight ends in those lineups. But when you're getting Andrews, especially at 14, he's got to be your guy. So you're really not looking to start these guys too much. I would have left 3 at max. I would have even been fine with just a second one, picking any of these 3 guys, to be honest.
I recommend on our YouTube channel, if you go to the best ball section, I did like a 15-minute video on drafters, just giving very basic points, talking what drafters is, the difference is, talked about my review team a little bit, general roster construction. So I checked that out, 15 minutes. If you have any questions, ask us in the Discord too. But ADP drafting around that is the main thing. Touch on Coolins, the last big Marley, and then we'll get on out of here.
Let's do it. We got the unstacked Trevor Lawrence lineup. At quarterback, he went Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Love, Desmond Ridder. He did pair up Jordan Love with Christian Watson and Romeo Dobbs. Oh, he got all the receivers. Jaden Reed as well.
Packer fan.
Plus, he threw in Musgrove. I like that. I probably would have not went Reed and just been fine with 2 receivers and Musgrave. And then he paired up Ridder with Bijan Robinson and Pitts. I like that a lot. He threw in Hollins as well. Hollins is a last pick guy I've been getting as well. So
He's looking freaky, man. He is huge now, ripped. He grinded this offseason.
And then at running back, he has Bijan Robinson, Tony Pollard, great 2 there. Then James Cook as his third, which I love a lot. We got Jerome Ford, who's falling in ADP, and then Kyron Williams, who looks to be the second running back for the Rams. We went DJ Moore, who he took a little early, and I thought he was going to take Fields here, but he threw us for a loop there. Went DJ Moore, Watson, Tyler Lockett, Romeo Doubs, Juju Smith-Schuster, Michael Gallup, Reed again, Mac Hollins, Puka Nacua, who we were talking about earlier for the Rams, who I like quite a bit as one of the last picks in the draft. Kyle Pitts, Chig, and Musgrave at tight end. I think your tight end's real strong. I would have been fine with Pitts and Musgrave alone, but that's more because I just don't have a lot of Titans personally, so I don't have much Chig in my own portfolio.
I've got a good amount of Chig. I like that. But yeah, no, solid team there. If you want, if you want to consume a lot of best ball content, Big Marley and I have done these live drafts about an hour to hour 30, talking best ball, little strategies, asking questions every single week. So check out the 15-minute video I did as well. Good drafts there. Again, unfortunately, I'm maxed out, so hit one on the side. We will be doing these. So 2 weeks left till NFL season. Going to be an awesome time. Appreciate everyone hanging out with us. Hit that like, hit that subscribe on the way out. Head over to ShipItNation.com. Blast off bundle 321 takes out to $53 a month. NFL season, ownership, projections, NBA season, NHL, MLB, NBA, so much going on. I said NBA, MMA, PGA, so much going on nowadays. It's hard to keep everything straight. A lot of money to be made in the streets. And again, like tennis, college football, people are talking about members, knowledgeable ones, break that down, give their favorite plays for free in addition to that. So make sure to get in the Discord. We will be back in an hour, 20 minutes. I will be talking some baseball, tune into that. We will see you then. But for Big Marley, I'm Titletown. Good luck, everybody.